and got themselves taken for wild beasts. I could see their legs, eyes, and ears, or I could see something like eyes, legs, and ears, till I got close enough to see that the eyes were knots, washed white with rain, and the legs were broken limbs, and the ears, only ears owing to the point from which they were seen. Thus early, I learned that the point from which a thing is viewed is of some importance. Instead of the bright blue sky of America, I am covered with a soft gray fog. I breathe, and lo, the trapper becomes a man. I gaze around in vain for one who will question my equal humanity, claim me as his slave, or offer me an insult. I am seated beside white people. I reach the hotel. I enter the same door. I am shown into the same parlor. I dine at the same table, and no one is offended. I am now, as you will perceive by the date of this letter, in old Scotland. Almost every hill, river, mountain, and lake of which has been made classic by the heroic deeds of her noble sons. Scarcely a stream or a hill that is not associated with some fierce and bloody conflict between liberty and slavery. Good day, everybody. You know, I take it as a compliment to my enslaved race that while summoning men here from the highest seats of learning, philosophy, and statesmanship, you also summoned one from the slave plantation. On this, the Committee of Management have in one act labeled their course both philanthropic and cosmopolitan. Daguerre, by that simple and all-abounding sunlight, has converted a planet into a picture gallery. Daguerreotypes, ambrotypes, photographs, and electrotypes. And good and bad now adorn or disfigure all our dwellings. And out of all conditions, they see themselves as others see them. What was once the exclusive luxury of the rich and great is now within reach of all. Well, the old commercial maxim that demand regulates supply is reversed here. Supply regulates demand. The facilities for travel have sent the world abroad, and the ease and cheapness with which we get our pictures brought us all within range of the Daguerrean apparatus. As to the moral and social influence of pictures, it would hardly be extravagant to say of it what more is said of balance. Give me the making of a nation's balance, and I care not who has the makings of its laws. A picture and balance are alike, if not equally social forces. The one reaching and swaying the heart by the eye, the other by the ear. The next to bad manuscripts, pictures can be made the greatest bores. Authors, editors, and printers suffer from the former, whilst almost everybody has suffered by the latter. They are pushed at you in every house you enter. But what is worse, you are required to give an opinion on it. Pictures
like songs, should be left to make their own way into the world, all they can reasonably ask of us is that we place them on the wall in the best possible light. And for the rest, allow them to speak for themselves. Rightly viewed, the whole soul of man is a sort of picture gallery, grand panorama, in which the great facts of the universe in tracing things of time and things of eternity are painted. The love of picture stands first among our passional inclinations and is among the last to forsake us in our pilgrimage here. It is said that the best gifts are the most abused, and this among the rest. Conscience itself is misdirected, shocked by delightful sounds, beautiful colors, and graceful movements. It sleeps amid the 10,000 agonies of war and slavery.
I never saw my mother to know her as such more than 4 or 5 times in my life. And each of these times were very short in duration and at night. She was with me in the night, long before I waked. She was gone. She was a field hand, and a whipping was the penalty of not being in the field at sunrise.
Send back the money, send it back, tempt not the Negro's God. The blackened weather, Scotland's church, we had a vengeance rod. There's no a might in all the sun that cries to heaven aloud. A wrath and awe who shield the men that trade in Negro's blood.
Yesterday, Eliza and I rose at 4, and armed with string and staves, and with Douglas quite laden down with all the tools we could muster, without alarming the household, we set out to climb a fair way of our pursuit. Eliza chose the place, and wasting not 1 minute, we began to mark out our slogan.
Ways me of getting warm, my kind mammy. You're foaming like a keg of warm, my kind mammy.
Giant big ocean waves shake horns with women shivering days, and bells
body scarred by the lash. That I could show you. I would I could make visible the wounds of this system upon my soul. I would at times feel that learning to read had been a curse rather than a blessing. It had given me a view of my wretched condition without the remedy. It opened my eyes to the horrible pit, but to no ladder upon which to get out. In moments of agony, I envied my fellow slaves for their stupidity. I have often wished myself a beast. I prefer the condition of the meanest reptile to my own. Anything, no matter what, to get rid of thinking.
Ladies and gentlemen, the distance between this platform and the slave plantation from which I escaped is considerable. And the difficulties to be overcome in getting from the latter to the former are by no means slight. That I am here today, to me, is a matter of astonishment, as well as of gratitude. The American slave trade is a terrible reality. I was born amid such hellish sights and scenes. As a child, my soul was often pierced with a sense of its horrors. I lived on Philpott Street, Fells Point, Baltimore. And I watched from the wharves the slave ships in the basin acting from the shore. This cargo full of human flesh, waiting for favorable winds to waft it down the Chesapeake. And in the still darkness of midnight, I have often been aroused by the dead heavy footsteps and the piteous cries of the chain gangs that passed our door. What to the American slave is your 4th of July? I answer, a day that reveals to him, more than all the other days in the year, the gross injustice and cruelty to which he is a constant victim. To him, the celebration is a sham. He boasted liberty, an unholy license. Your nation's greatness, sweating vanity. sounds of rejoicing are empty and heartless. Your denunciation of tyrants, grass-fronted impudence. Your shouts of liberty and equality, hollow mockery. Prayers and your hymns, your sermons and your thanksgivings, with all your religious parade and solemnity, are to him mere bombast, fraud, deception, impiety, and hypocrisy. Thin veil to cover up crimes, which would disgrace a nation of savages. There is not a nation on earth guilty of practices more shocking and bloody than all the people in these United States in this very hour. Mission papers in my possession. There is nothing that will sting the Americans more than the fact I left Republican America a slave. I returned from anarchical England a free man.